Okay, how's it going, everybody? My name is Stevie G. You're very welcome to a little YouTube video, a proper old school YouTube video, really, about A Tribe Called Quest. This is pretty amateurish, but we are going to talk about my records today, A Tribe Called Quest, because I've got a music documentary on A Tribe Called Quest coming tonight. This is April 2013. It's going out live on RedFM tonight, redfm.ie worldwide, and it will be carried on the Choice Cuts website, choicecuts.com, from next week, hopefully. It's Record Store Day as well, so we're bringing the Vinyl Love. I run a night called Vinyl Love, and we are going to go through a little bit of my A Tribe Called Quest collection, just to give the documentary some more visuals. All the native tongues, there was Tribe, Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, and lots more besides, really. I've got a big native tongues collection over this whole section. Everything, I mean, De La Soul in there, tons of this Q-Tip solo stuff. I'm not going to go through his solo stuff today. There's all the J Dilla section here as well, that, well, basically that will be connected to the Tribe in some ways, because Q-Tip and indeed Fife, he produced some stuff for Fife. We're going to go through, that's all the De La Soul. There's some Q-Tip solo bits, Jungle Brothers, again another Q-Tip, a lot of the Dilla stuff in there. But it's all about the Tribe today, and we're going to roll through this in classic amateur YouTube style. First one, really, 1990. This came out, got this in England. I actually made a note for my mum who was going to England, and I said, A Tribe Called Quest, People's Instinctive Travels in the Paths of Rhythm. It was a pretty big note, but in fairness, she came up with the goods and brought this one back from London. Brilliant album, very innocent album, really. The inner sleeve is a single vinyl, got it dated and everything there. 1991, I think it was 1990. A Tribe Called Quest, the first one. Double vinyl later as well, with some extra tracks that I have on. Go Ahead and The Rain is in there somewhere else as well. And Description of a Fool, I have a 12-inch of that. I actually can't find it at the moment, but it's in there somewhere. That was one of their first unofficial singles. The first big ones, I remember the video for A Tribe Called Quest, I Left My Wallet in El Segundo. Good, it was kind of quite different to a lot of the stuff that was happening at the time. Them and De La Soul and Jungle Brothers, and there was a bit more fun involved, I suppose, in some ways. Obviously NWA and Public Enemy and all of these groups were out at the time. There's a different issue of that 12, but it really was fun. There was almost a novelty element to El Segundo. Can I Kick It? I remember this one on Top of the Pops. My first ever DJ gig a couple of years later. Played this record, and what a record it is. Lou Reed, If the Papes Come, is on it as well with the Lou Donaldson break. I think this is actually my original Can I Kick It, the English version. The covers actually was gone from that one, but that one, like, as with all good vinyl, playing it for 20-25 years, still plays well, but the cover is gone. That's the one thing. Bonita Applebum, another good fun track, one of great hip-hop, the great hip-hop love tracks, really. There's brilliant remixes with Carly Simon, with Grace Jones. We got the Hootie mix with the Isley Brothers. Mr. Muhammad is on there as well. Going to be talking about that track in depth tonight. The Low End Theory came out, got the single vinyl, got the double vinyl here, the single vinyl. This is just a touch of the Tribe records that I've got. I'm just pulling out the main ones, but what an album and what a progression. This is In the Wrong Place, but Check the Rhyme from the Low End Theory was a big, big tune. Remember the video, MTV Raps? Wow. God, it takes me back. We got the jazz, one of my favourites. Got this in Greb Records. Love the cover. It's like a classic jazz cover. Ali Shaheed Muhammad has signed that one. I must get more Tribe records signed, because I have a lot of my vinyl signed, De La and Jungle Brothers and all them, but the Tribe haven't really. I did meet Fife in 1994 at a show, and Q-Tip was doing. They were doing Midnight Marauders and Lollapalooza, but I didn't have any records with me. There's another issue of Jazz Scenario from the same album. I mean, one of the great posse cuts, great video. Busta Rhymes, very connected to A Tribe Called Quest career. And it has to be said, another of the greats. We're going to move on to Midnight Marauders, and Award Tour was the first single. I mean, this is arguably the greatest hip-hop album of all time. It's hard to. Every rapper of the day when that came out, they were like, am I on the cover, am I on the cover? Because the word had spread that they were putting some of their peers on the cover. And I mean, what an album. Double vinyl, it's a little bit battered now. Have it on cassette, have it on CD, have it in all the formats. We got a Ward Tour double copies in here of all of these. What a single again. Loads of samples in it, which I'm going to be going through in the documentary. We said that Beneath Applebum was one of the great love jams of all time. Well, this isn't their greatest cover, but what a record. Ronnie Foster, Electric Relaxation. One of my all-time favourites, probably my most played track of all time, I'd say. The Tribe Called Quest EP. I'd say this one's a pretty tricky one to get, but like We Can Get Down on 12, Clap Your Hands, verses from the Abstract from the previous album, and of course Footprints from album number 1. Look at that. That is beautiful. A Tribe Called Quest EP. And oh my god, wow, wow, wow. What can I say about this record? The remix is on it. Lyrics to Go is on it. 1-2 Shit is on it. Don't think I even got around to playing that in the documentary, to be honest. But it's a great record. Just a bootleg of Hot Sex. I have the 12-inch of it somewhere, but I couldn't find a Scenario remix. Beats, Rhymes and Life. Now, the movie of the same name started ignoring a Tribe Called Quest career. From then, they didn't even mention Jay Dilla hardly, only once. But this is a record which stands up. Going to talk about it extensively in the documentary. I remember buying this in London in the summer of '96 when it came out. Jay Dilla, the Ali Shaheed Muhammad and Q-Tip all was producing, but Jay Dilla was involved. They had some hook lines, Tammy Lucas, they had Faith Evans on Stressed Out, but these are big, big records. A little remix of Once Again Myself, which is on my SoundCloud, but these are massive, massive. There's doubles of all of these in here. Stressed Out, wow, when I was in Radio Friendly in the Pirate days, that was such a big anthem. The Raphael Sadiq remix is really good as well. Again, some double copies. And the Jam EP, which is another little treat for the record collectors such as myself, had a couple of tracks that weren't on the album as well. And Get a Hold is in there on 12. Raw Digga's in there, Mardi Gras at Midnight and Same Old Thing, and Jam, what a great track, Bossa Nova style, with Jay Dilla on the boards. The Love Movement, that was all kind of coming apart, a bit of a 1998 cover in some ways, the old white suits on Diddy style, but it was kind of unraveling. It's still a great record in my opinion. Find a Way got the doubles. I mean, this became very, very influential after Dilla's death. Sample of Toa T in there. They're stepping it up as well. But a massive, massive record, and this is covered by orchestras, by jazz bands. It's a very, very big record, and the whole album is. Now, some later stuff, their last single, really, they kind of went out with a whimper in some ways. And I know they still tour. That's the one with Erykah Badu. That was a good single, actually. What was it? Mid 2000s. There's the little thing they did with the Fugees. There's tons of other bootlegs. Some Dilla stuff. Hold Tight is in here. We got a Jill Scott thing there that's not really relevant. Loads of bootlegs. Practice Session. We've got tons of them. Bootlegs from the second album. Bootlegs from album number 4. Other little bits. Instrumentals. Some reissues. And I know there's loads of like that Revised Quest. And a lot of the compilations, to be honest, man, the record companies... shady, they called it. A Tribe Called Quest called it, but to be honest, there were some little bits that probably shouldn't have been released. But I have tons more that we're not going to really go through today. I just want to mention that this documentary will be on Choice Cuts. It will be on redfm.ie live tonight on Record Store Day if you're listening to this today or watching this today. But A Tribe Called Quest have basically been a big group in my life, and I am happy to be basically playing an hour and a half of their music and talking some rubbish over it and paying homage to the vinyl, the beautiful black vinyl love of A Tribe Called Quest. Do check it out. Check out the documentary and go one further and go and buy, download, go and find all these records and get them, because the 5 main albums are 5 of the best in hip-hop history. Yeah.